letters. If they're an athlete, have a highlight video. If they're a singer, have you singing. If you're a musician, have you playing your instrument on your Scholarable page. And what this does is it allows colleges to make filtered searches on who they want at their school. So they can say, all right, I want a volleyball player with a 4.0 GPA who's interested in studying business. And once they put this into our filtered search, every student registered on Scholarable with these attributes will come up and they'll have their pick. Now this also works for students to colleges. Students can perform a filtered search and say, okay, I want a Division I college, predominantly in the South, with a good swim team and a great baseball program. And then this will pull up every school, every college registered on Scholarable for the student to have their pick at. Colleges also create a profile page which the student can look at, and on their profile page they're going to have things like virtual tours, they can have what their prominent majors are, they can have what their sports teams are doing. Judges, if you look at the prototype that you have in front of you, on our homepage we're going to have things like College of the Month, Student of the Month, and Advertisement. Now, College of the Month will be for colleges who want to pay a little extra with their subscription, and that'll give them the publicity of being on our homepage. Student of the Month will be decided by students who have the most hits and notifications on Scholarable. We'll also have advertisement on our website, which will be an extra source of revenue to make money for Scholarable. And if you'll flip it over and look at the other side, that's going to be our standard profile page for the student. And on the student's profile page, they're going to have what they want to be in life, what careers they're interested in. They can have their test scores. If you're an athlete, you can have your highlight video. And what this does is opens up a whole new avenue for college coaches, because rather than going to the field and only getting to see them play for a little bit and then only hearing about what they've done in soccer, now you've got this in person, entire achievements, what they've done, what they do in school, what their grades are at your fingertips. Also on there, we have your contact information, because you can be contacted directly through Scholarable with our notification system and our direct messaging system, or you can go outside of Scholarable. What makes Scholarable so unique is that the student can say, okay, I'm only interested in going to college in the South. So we're not going to send them notifications from Oregon or New York, because we want to give them what they want. That's what Scholarable is about, giving the kids what they want. This also benefits the colleges, though, because rather than hopelessly sending letters constantly, I mean, I'm a sophomore and I've probably gotten 20 letters in the past 2 weeks, some twice from the same school. They are spending money where the student may not even want to go to school there, and it's just hopeless. By the time they send all these letters out constantly, well, they could easily pay for a Scholarable subscription. And this is where Scholarable is advancing forward. This is where we're revolutionizing college recruitments. We do everything online. We social network online. We shop online. We pay our taxes online. This is what this generation is used to. For teens today, it comes natural creating a profile page, and it comes natural entering things into a search bar and researching other people's profile pages. So why wouldn't we have a website that puts us that much closer to success in an area that we're used to? Why is Scholarable going to work? Well, Scholarable is free for the student. That's why it's going to work, because we're going to get a ton of students. And why wouldn't a college want to have all these students' information at their fingertips, okay? Scholarable's for the athlete. Scholarable's for the musician. Scholarable's for the artist, for the singer, for the dancer. Scholarable is for those who hunger for success. Understand that when you're voting for me, it's not just a vote for Scholarable.com. It's a vote for those students who are struggling to find their path. It's a vote to give them the shortcut to success. It's a vote to make every teen a little more Scholarable. Thank you.
I think it's Q&A. It's Q&A time. Yeah, you stay up there.
I'm a little too excited about that one. Sorry. Questions?
Hey, Lindsay.
So
Hello.
excited.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can.
Hey, what about the interaction between the potential student and and the college staff, or say, I want a personal touch? Is
Okay.
there some place in your program for some personal interaction?
Yes, yes. You can think of it kind of, I know we all have Facebook, so I'll compare it to that. Where you can send a direct message where it's you actually typing out a letter and saying, okay, I'm interested in you. Would you like to come take a tour? Or you can send a notification that just says, hey, I've looked at you and I really like you. Why don't you come check out our profile page? And also what's different about Scholarable is that college coaches, that they can create a watch list where they'll have their students who they are interested in looking at, and every time that they add something new, if they add a new highlight video, if they add a new achievement that they've just gotten, it'll send the college coach a notification and say, hey, look what I just did. Why don't you come check out my new achievement?
Nice job presenting. You're a very poised presenter,
Well,
so
thank you.
congratulations. This is an interesting idea, and what I like about it is obviously something that you're very close to in terms of the student market side. But you're building a two-sided marketplace here. You've got recruiters and you've got students, and they're both your customers in order to make the platform work. Have you talked to any recruiters or colleges and gotten their feedback?
I haven't yet, but what I've looked into is that if they're sending letters crazy. I mean, I get constantly getting letters, and so do all my friends. And they have their people come to our school and talk to us. So if they're so willing to do that, I don't see why it wouldn't be a problem for them to just quickly create a profile page, especially since most of them already have websites, that it would lead us to them with their organization.
Thank you.
Let's see, sort of as a follow-up to Emily's questions. First of all, great job presenting. You did a
Thank
wonderful
you.
job, great idea. Wondering what the competitive landscape is out there, if there is one. And also if you looked at any privacy issues with posting scores and GPAs and things like that.
Okay, so at this point, there's no competitive issues. I have heard of no other website that gives you everything in one place, where you can list all of your attributes and also post videos to this, so it's in its own playing field. We get to do whatever we want because there's no competition. The second question was
About privacy issues.
privacy. Okay, well, building a website, there obviously is going to be terms and conditions of what they're willing to put out there, but you can have a privacy link where the college will have to send you a notification before they can just come onto your page and view your things, so you can make sure that it is kept on private, and it'll be no problem because we're going to go directly to those advisors to make sure we're getting college advisors exactly. No one else can create a profile page unless you have. Correct.
All right, last question, I guess. So have you looked into what you think it's going to cost to build this and how long it will take to get this off of the ground?
I did a lot of research, and websites can range when building them from $12 a month to a $3,000 and then a hosting fee. And I'm interested in building that $3,000 and above website because I want the sustainability and I want the firewalls and everything to be the best that they can be. But after 1 year with 100 subscriptions, we'll be making close to $200,000. So building the website will be a small price to pay for what we can get out of it.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right. All right, great job. Let's give it up. You come with mommy? Okay. Let's give it up for Lindsay St. Pierre and Scholarable. So awesome. All right, we've got another person to come up here and pitch, and right now we've got Megan Miguez and Lizzie Odell. They are both 13-year-old 8th graders at St. Mary's Dominican High School. They met and became friends through their school's robotics club. That's pretty cool. They share a love of science, art, and creativity, and inventions. Their Hurricane Hackers product was born out of necessity of being children in New Orleans. Let's give it up for Megan and Lizzie.
Hi everyone. Is this working? Okay. So I'm Lizzie Odell.
And I'm Megan Miguel.
We're 8th graders from St. Mary's Dominican High School,
And our idea is the Hurricane Hacker. So the Hurricane Hacker came about when we had a robotics project on natural disasters and how to survive nature's fury. I went home and I researched Hurricane Katrina, and I was devastated to see how many people had drowned in their attics because they could not escape. I wanted to think of a way I could stop this from happening again. Out of this came the Hurricane Hacker.
The Hurricane Hacker is a multifunctional survival tool, and it's one of a kind. It combines a variety of tools into one convenient object that will aid in your survival. Even though this tool is called Hurricane Hacker, it can be used in many other ways, such as helping you out of a blizzard, a tsunami, breaking out of your car if you need to, anything. But since we live here in Louisiana, we thought, well, what's a problem that people here have to face every year? Hurricanes.
The head of the tool contains a hammerhead, axe head, and built-in pry bar. The handle contains a pull-out knife, saw blade, and reflective piece. They will all be held in together by a locking mechanism hidden in the handle. So what will this tool be used for? Well, as we all know, there are many people who decide not to evacuate for hurricanes. As the storm hits, it often brings a large and unexpected storm surge. So when your house floods, where do you go? You go up to the highest point in your home, the attic. But what happens when the water keeps rising? You're stuck. You have nowhere to go, unless you have the Hurricane Hacker.
We researched the many hurricanes that have hit the southern region of the United States, and we realized that the majority of deaths that were caused by all these hurricanes were due to drowning. Even the people who were able to get onto their roof and safely away from the water wouldn't have anything to signal with, so they would be trapped for days. With the Hurricane Hacker, you'd be able to break open your roof, climb safely on top, be away from the rising water, signal for help, and be taken somewhere safe as soon as possible. In this way, the Hurricane Hacker would save time and lives. The tool will be constructed mainly of a 1078 steel alloy, and the handle will be made of an easy-to-grip rubber material. It will cost us approximately $12 to make, and we would like to sell it for $29.95. We will sell it in stores such as Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, and any other hardware stores. It's meant for anyone living in a region susceptible to natural disasters.
So in 2005, New Orleans suffered a horrific natural disaster. Hurricane Katrina took the lives of 1,698 people. 40% of those deaths were due to drowning. Again, the Hurricane Hacker was inspired by Hurricane Katrina and all of its helpless victims that could not escape their attics.
With the numerous storms and floods that occur each year throughout the entire world, think about all the lives the Hurricane Hacker could save. We hope that one day there will be a Hurricane Hacker stored in everyone's house. Just having this tool with you gives you an overwhelming sense of security and peace of mind. My grandparents, as well as Megan's dad, decided not to evacuate for Hurricane Katrina. I know that I would have felt a lot better, and I know Megan's whole family and mine would have felt a lot less worried about them if they had had this tool with them.
Our hope is for the Hurricane Hacker to be ultimately become a human survival tool that can be used throughout the world. Just one life the Hurricane Hacker could save would make everything all worthwhile. Thank you.
So I'll start off here. How do you see getting this out, advertising this and getting this out? How do you plan to market this product?
Well, we have many choices. Online, there's infomercials, commercials, different things. We're looking at different options that we could do with that. Also, stores, we can advertise at Home Depot, Lowe's, anything like that.
Okay.
Great job, and congratulations for being entrepreneurial in that you saw an idea, saw a need, and you went out and created something to fill it. I think that's terrific. One of my concerns is something that you addressed, the Hurricane Hacker, and you think about it being very locally targeted, and what's your overall marketplace, and really trying to overcome the limited marketplace you may have.
not only can it be used in hurricanes, but since we're in New Orleans, of course, we're gonna base it on that. But if you're up north, you can use this for blizzards. You can use this for tornadoes, earthquakes, anything you need to get out of. You can keep it in your car. It's just, we can also set up a long line of different products that we could also sell throughout the nation.
Because this tool, we created it so that it has all the tools in it necessary to survive through any situation. In a blizzard, if your door handle freezes and you need to get out, you can break it with the axe. In the Midwest, if like a tornado comes and you're in your basement, you could store it in your basement and you need to break out of there because you're covered by like all the debris, you could break out. It can be used in any situation.
Thank you. I like the fact that you came up with a product, again, out of a direct need that was regionally relevant. I'm actually from Maine originally, and I think there would be some good applications considering a lot of the weather that they've had in the Northeast this year. I'm interested, I was looking at your business plan, and you've done quite a thorough job in terms of presenting the economics of it. I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about how you plan to sort of manufacture this and how you came up with those price estimates.
Well, we researched the metals that could be used for. We looked at titanium, we looked at a 4140 tool steel alloy, we looked at stainless steel, and of course we looked at the 1078. And the 1078 is actually the metal that most tools, hammers, axes are made out of. So we figured it would be the most practical tool to use.
It's also it's very affordable and lightweight and super strong, and it would definitely allow us to get the price range correct to make it affordable to everyone, especially like that. And we did a lot of research with the prices. Lizzie's dad's a carpenter, so he knows most of the prices to make a lot of these tools. So we have done our research and added them all up.
Thank you.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Megan. I only have one question. Can I hold that thing?
Sure. This is our wooden model, but we
Okay.
plan on, getting the actual one soon.
It would be this exact dimension?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's very close.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. Hey, you stay sit. Will you go sit in that chair? Stay down here, okay? All right. Let's give it up for Megan and Lizzie and Hurricane Hackers. Pretty cool. All right, we've got another student to pitch, and her name is Madison Hannon. She's a senior at Mount Carmel High School. Her hobbies are art, music, and participating in student council. She currently serves as the executive artist at her school, and she enjoys taking on new projects, and she loves to have a challenge. Let's give it up for Madison and Team Infinite Designs Clothing.
Thank you. Okay, so before I begin, I'd like to tell you a little story. It's really focused on the girls, but I know all the guys